Hello everyone. My name is Hemant Pandey, a lecturer from the Department of Computer Engineering, Shift A. So today we will start the chapter number 4, that is actuators. This topic is belong to the subject fundamental of mechatronics, which is in the mechanical second year. Okay, so without any delay, let's start with our new chapter, actuators. So first let's see what do you mean by actuators. So actuators is something that converts energy into motion, right? So for example, simple example is motor. We give the electrical energy to motor and motor rotates. So means rotating means it is doing a mechanical thing, right? So that means we can say that it is a actuator. It also can be used to apply a force. Suppose if you want to move something or if you want to pull something, right? Or we want to push something, so we can use actuator. An actuator typically is a mechanical device that takes energy. Usually that energy is created by the air, electricity or liquid and converts it into some kinds of motion. Right? So for example, motor, what does motor do? It's convert electricity into motion, right? Air, if something like any pneumatic things, so it will convert air into motion, right? That motion can be in virtually any form such as blocking, clamping or ejecting. Actuators typically are used in manufacturing or industrial applications and might be used in devices such as motors, pumps, switches and valves. So motors, pumps, switches, valves are all the application of actuators. Means we use actuators in all those things. Right? So if someone asks you what is actuator, basically it is a thing which convert any energy into a motion, right? So means it is used in automation purpose. If we want to move something, right? So we should not do it manually. Rather than manually, what we will do, we will apply some technique, some application of actuators. So after this, now let us see what is the need of the actuators. Right. So it is not possible to apply a large mechanical force for blocking, clamping or ejecting. Right. So it is not possible that one person will go somewhere, will go in the plant and he or she will do manually all the things. Right. It is not possible. So to minimize the time lag for the response, right? Because since it is automated, right, it will take just a second, just a click of your mouse, right, and your action will start. To improve the efficiency of the system, right? Since the time lag is very small, we can say that our efficiency will increase. To improve the accuracy, right, human can do the mistake, but of course if you have one system, we will get a good accuracy. To make the system automized, right, to make the system automatic, you need the actuator. So all these are the need of the actuator, why we are using actuator. Now let us see next, classification of actuators. So basically classification is based on the type of motion, right? That what is type of the motion you want from the actuator. So there will be two types. One is a linear, that is in the straight, and second one is a rotary, that is on the rotating side. Okay, and also we have one more thing, that is type of medium. So hydraulic, pneumatic and electrical. Hydraulic means hydrogen means liquid, right? If we are moving something with the help of any fluid or any liquid, then it will come under the hydraulic type. If we are moving something with the help of the air or any pressure, so it will be pneumatic type. And if we are moving anything with the help of the electricity, then it will be the electrical. Right? So hydraulic, pneumatic and electrical, all these are nothing but the types of medium. Okay, so now let's start with the hydraulic actuation system. Okay, so hydraulic systems are often used for driving high power machine, tools and industrial robots. They can deliver high power and forces. They also suffer from maintenance problem, right? Because of the liquid and fluids, mostly we have the problem for maintenance. Right? For example, leakage of the hydraulic fluids, right? And dirt always come into that fluids. Contamination of the fluids will get contaminated, so we have to exchange, we have to remove that fluid, and we will give the new fluid, right? So all these things is very difficult to do, maintain all this, and at the same time it is costly also, right? So hydraulic actuators may be linear or rotary. So we have two types of actuators in the hydraulic. One will be linear and second one will be rotary. That is the rotating form. Pneumatic actuation system. So as the name suggests, pneumatic means pressure. So pneumatic actuators work in the principle similar to hydraulic actuator, right? The most common pneumatic controls are linear actuators, which are basically a piston cylinder assembly connected to a supply tube of compressed air. Since air is highly compressible, pneumatic drives are frequently not used for high force transmission, not much good for accurate position. So in the pneumatic actuation system, there is a little disadvantage, that is not much accurate, right? Because controlling air is little bit difficult as comparing to controlling voltage or electricity. So air is little difficult to control for the controlling purpose, right? So that is why the accuracy in the pneumatic system is little bit difficult. Yes. So and also, so that's why we don't use it for the if the application, we need a very good accuracy in that application. For example, suppose there is a one plant, and in that plant it is a very critical to open the valve, right? So in that case we will not use pneumatic, because we don't have much good control on the pneumatic actuation system. And the other disadvantage, we cannot use it for the high force transmission, right? Because using pneumatic principle, we cannot control any valve or which is very weighted, right? That is high load. We cannot use it in the high load. Okay. Typically, they are used for fixed motion of a small object that are very common on assembly and transfer lines. So if this motion is small and object is less weight, so in that we can use the pneumatic actuation system. The last one is the last is electrical actuation system. So as the name suggests, electrical means in this actuation system we will use either voltage or current to move anything, right? So electrical actuators uses electricity or electrical energy to create motion, right? And the best example is electric motor, right? Whenever we give some supply to electric motor, it start rotating, right? So we can take the means that rotation, we can use it for the actuation, right? So it is a very good example. An electric motor is a type of electric actuator, correct? Okay. Most direct current, that is DC motor, operate by current flowing through a coil of wire and creating a magnetic field around the coil. The most fundamental control of any equipment is ability to turn it on or off, right? Suppose if you want to close the plant, right, or close any particular module, right? So we don't need to go there and use it manually, right? We can use it directly through the electrical actuation system, right? Means from the control room we can switch on or off just by the clicking or by any button which is in the control room, right? So we don't have to go there in the main plant. So this is the best thing about the actuation system. And the most fundamental is nothing but to turn on or off the switch, right? Because everything is start from on and end with the off of the switch. The easiest way to do is using the switches. So there are two types of switches generally. One is a switching device, right? And one is a solenoid type devices. Okay. So these are the two electrical actuation. So these are the basically three. One was basic. These are the three basic actuation system. One was hydraulic. In hydraulic we use fluids. Okay. And then second was, but what is the disadvantage of that? It is a high maintenance. Why? Because whenever we want to change the fluid, it will take time, and if the fluid get contaminated, right, so we have to change all the fluid and replace it with the new one. So that is a disadvantage of the hydraulic system. Then the pneumatic system, in the pneumatic system we can use it only for the small object, for the fixed motion, right? High load, if the system is of the high load, object is of the high load, then we cannot use the pneumatic actuation system. Electrical, right? So it is the best in all these three, because we have a good control, good accuracy, so everything is best in electrical actuation system. So pneumatic and hydraulic was the traditional method, right? Nowadays most of the things are using electrical actuation system. Okay, so today we stop here in this lecture, and the next topic will be continued in the next video lecture. Thank you.